So a few years ago, when I was first thinking about putting this exhibition together and considering what works to include, I was thinking I would probably focus on the act of seeing as opposed to looking. And in a sense, I think the work still very much retains that sensibility to it. There's the deliberate employment of sort of visual chicanery, I always think of it as. So for example, there's loads of detail that you just have to spend time with or you miss it completely. The painting that you would experience from a few meters away is a very different painting to the painting that you would experience if you're up close. They're not straightforward paintings, and I think that is a deliberate strategy on my part, really, a sort of countercultural positioning, because I feel as though this work is made in response to the shaping of how a lot of information gets disseminated. It feels as though a lot of information is deliberately quite shallow and soundbitey, and increasingly so. And I sort of worry about whether there are real-world consequences to that, whether there's an eroding of our critical faculties and a sort of suspicion or a devaluing of knowledge and expertise. But then the pandemic struck, and I thought again about what exactly I wanted to make this exhibition about. And whilst it still retains definitely aspects of what I've just been speaking about, it also, I think, has a different dimension to it as well, something extra. And I think what that thing is a real revelling in the solace of art. I've been quite interested to hear from people about how the closure of these public spaces has been experienced as a loss, quite widely. And I think for me, when things have been very overwhelming, the experience of looking at art can be incredibly restorative because it reduces things down to a human scale. If I'm standing in front of a work that really speaks to me and I'm bringing my experiences to it, it's almost as though it's a portal or a lens, through which to view exactly what I'm bringing to that piece. So I think the solace of art and the importance of that is something that has been really brought home to me this year. As an artist who works in paint, as a contemporary artist, it's such a fascinating moment to be painting, because on one level I'm looking back, and these paintings and this work in this exhibition deliberately acknowledge their historical context, and the work is very much an interrogation of those problematic legacies. But at the same time, the very act of doing that is hopefully becoming part of a progressive drive as well. And the other thing that I think is so profound about painting is that it can hold so many conversations at once. So this work incorporates just many different aspects of, environmentalism, feminism, the treatment of gender. There's an exploration into mental health issues, and one single work can perfectly, happily contain all of these things. And I think that is a very specific and unique nature of painting.